Brahma Vidya from the 11th verse. I said there are 5 sections, you can say, of the second chapter. The first is the background in which Arjuna tumbled upon this question. Yat Shreyasya Nishchitam Bruhitanme. Lord Krishna was with him all along. But he asked for Subhadra, not Shreya. When he went there. Today he asked. That is the first one. And he declared himself, Shishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. Mam Tvam Prapannam Sharanagatam Shadi Upadesha. Please teach me. I have surrendered to you. Then from 11 to 30 verse, there is Brahma Vidya. Ashocyanam Ashocastam onwards. And the last verse we have Ascharyavat Pashyati Kashyidenam, etc. And there is little advice from Behavara. Should you not fight, you will get ill fame. And then Lord talks about Yoga Shastra. Very clear statement by the Lord, very clearly mentioning there are twofold subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra. The 39th verse, Esha te vihita sankhye buddhir yoge tvimam shranu buddhya yukto yayaf partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Esha, this so far, te sankhye buddhi abhihita. Esha te vihita sankhye means sankhya, that saptami is vishaya saptami, not adhikarana saptami. In the subject matter of sankhya, I give you this buddhi, this wisdom. It's okay. Take it easy. Yoge tu imam shru. Tu, now. On the other hand, yoga vishaye imam bhakshamanam shru. This, listen about this, about yoga, listen this. Means what I am going to tell you. So, twofold, Sankhya and Yoga. Therefore, since Lord said Sankhya, the chapter also is called Sankhya Yoga. Samyak khyayate prakhyayate swarupam atma or brahma, that's Sankhya, by which it is very well propounded, revealed what atma, that buddhi is Sankhya. Sankhya is not the Shastra, Sankhya Vaisheshik Shastra. Yes, Sankhya is the body of knowledge or body of words by which the self is very well revealed. That means Shabdam is Pramanam. And then introducing the Yoga Shastra, he goes to praise it from 40 to 46 himself. Why do you praise? So that Arjuna understands the importance of yoga, the need for Yoga Shastra. Then the most famous, rather most confused, Karmanyeva Adhikaraste verse comes. Act without expecting result. But Krishna expects that Arjuna should act without expecting. He expected. He says to him, I often tell, in the 18th chapter, Lord Krishna asked clearly, Kaschidetat Shrutam Partha. Did you hear? Ekagrena Chetasa. Very attentive means, could you understand? Kaschid Agnana Sammohaha Pranashtaste Dhananjaya is Agnanata Jata Sammoha. The moha which is said, Puchami Tvam Dharma Sammota Cheta, that moha is gone, is it eliminated or not? When do you ask? What does it mean? Lord expects that Arjuna to understand what he said. In fact that he chose Arjuna itself shows he expected to understand. Otherwise he could have taught to Bhima and Duryodhana. But he himself had a doubt whether it will work or not. In a lighter side, some of the deities are over protective, perfectionist. They give all sorts of instruction. Don't do this, be careful while going, while writing the paper, do this. Have you taken the pen, blah, 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 blah. The child is so used to such controlling deities. He keeps asking, have you understood? Without understanding, yes, I have understood. Then it's not working. Let me go out of you. It's enough of instructions, Half of the time such instructions they don't listen because it is routine, Why to keep listening? Like our announcements. When you board the flight, nobody listens. Welcome to flight number so. Buckle the belt. Everybody has done it. Even emergency fellow also don't listen. But he listens and says, okay, Daddy, I have understood it. I understood. Arjuna also might have thought, if I say something, he will continue with 19th chapter. Lighter, okay, this is my interpretation, lighter. Meaning, only when he confirmed, yes, I understood, he stopped. Then there is Yoga Shastra from verse 47 to 52. What is the phalam of yoga? Which we know because we are Vedanta students, regular students, studying Gita twice. Yoga gives Antakarana Shuddhi. Swamiji is simple, you don't know? Phalam is Antashuddhi. Okay, what is the parameter for Antashuddhi? Like your American jargon. You cannot quantify Antakarana Shuddhi, can you? I think 50% is clear. Next will be what? It is not like detergent, then they show whiteness. What does it mean by Shuddhi? He himself defines. The phalam of Karma Yoga is these. That is what Lord tells in that same section. In other words, how do I know that my antakaranam is shuddham or not? The previous two verses before Arjuna asked the question. Verse 52 and 51. Then there is a question. 53 is a question. Yada te moha kalilam buddhi vyatitarishyasi tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. Yada te moha kalilam buddhi vyatitarishyasi tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. Shruti vipratipannate yada sthasyati nishala samadhau achala buddhi tada yogam. These are the verses, which are the seed for his questioning, who is Stitha Pragnya. In fact, this is a concluding verse. What is the verse? Yada moha kalilam buddhi vyatitarishyati. What kind of moha? Ragadvesha is moha. That itself crosses over. Means you are free from the holds of likes and dislikes. What is a phalam? Tada gantasi nirvedam shrutasya cha shrutavyasya cha. You will develop this passion for what is your heard or what is here. In other words, here and hereafter. All the pleasures. In other words, phalam of Karma Yoga is Antashuddhi. And Antashuddhi is known by Vairagya. What is Antakarana Shuddhi? When you have dispassion. Dispassion means neither likes nor dislikes. In Pujya Swamiji's jargon, when you are objective. Then there is freedom, relative. That free person, samadhau achala buddhi sthasiti. Chandra, you don't need. Okay, you be seated. Come here. Why should you miss? Okay, yeah, I am Indian. You have been here, yes. You must be feeling. I'm sorry. So, then he says, Samadhau achala buddhi tadavapsas. These two words give rise to Arjuna's question, who is Stitha Pragnya? Lord has not used the word Stitha Pragnya. Samadhau achala buddhi sthasis. That's a word he uses. But he coins. Like we have coined the word yoga prashta. Lord uses the word kalyanakrit. Nahi durgatim tat kalyanakrit gacchati yogat chalitamanas. So you can make. Now this particular question of Arjuna is, if you translate it literally, it is very childish. Stitha Pragnasya ka bhasha samadhisthasya keshava. Bhasha doesn't mean language. Okay? Bhashyate paraihi katham varnite katham. What is his language? Means how is he described? He or she both. How a Stitha Pragnya, in other words, wise man is described. Sthitadehi kim prabhashita. How does he talk? Kim asita. How does he sit? Kim vrajeta. How does he move on? At least first line, you go literal translation, he is asking for a description of a wise man. You may give him discount. There is no description. What? Wisdom doesn't change the body. Wisdom doesn't affect this mind also in a way. It is not that some light comes here. Stitha Pragnya, there is light. What is another thing? Stitha Pragnya should feel heat, white heat of meditation and realization. There is nothing. But still, this is what a good teacher is. And this is what a typical sincere student is. Student always fails to frame the question properly. But there is no clarity. Had there been clarity, there would be question. Since there is no clarity, doesn't know what to ask, how to ask. The good teacher is who doesn't reply to the question, who replies to the questioner. Lord understood why is he asking. The idea he had in mind, in short, how do I recognize a Stitha Pragnya person? How do I know wise person? Some chinha, some lakshanas you give. Why you want to recognize? Are you making a directory? Wise, otherwise, etc. What for? No. When I know who is wise, he is saying, Yani siddhasya lakshanani tani sadhakasya sadhana. What is natural for a wise person, that itself becomes a sadhana, means for a seeker to imbibe. Natural expression of wisdom is something to be cultivated by seeker. Why? Why should you say so? Why should that natural be come by the seeker? That is a natural expression of the knowledge. Answer is, the wise man is not different and wisdom is not different. Brahmavid, Brahmaiva Bhavati. He himself is the wisdom personified. That means he or she himself is the self. That means whatever he or she does is an expression of the self. Now, why should I copy? This simple. This knowledge is not something that I want to know as a subject and Atma as an object. I want to become what I want to know. So in a whatever is a description of the self, I should possess that in relative sense. Then I can own up in an absolute sense. Therefore, Siddhasya Lakshanani becomes sadhana. Simple example, Atma is Anandaha, Atma is Asangaha, Viraktaha, free from attachment. Person can be free from attachment, temporary. When somebody is dead, the left out person will always say, "Oh, samsara sar hai Swami ji, हमें छोड़ के चले गए, इसीलिए तो भागा, इतने साल फंसा था, now he ran, he turned away, he had enough of you, कहाँ गए तुम, etc., etc." That person genuinely, and not though we laughed at it, but genuinely is totally dispassionate to life. But at that time, you cannot give Upadesha, "Hey, you are Ananda." They will question Swamiji is Ananda. There are two types of Ananda, one from hospital. Kya Swamiji bol rahe? To own up Ananda, I should be relatively happy. To own up Asanga Atma, I should be relatively Asanga. That means Vairagya is necessary. Therefore, Vairagya is necessary. So, all these qualities that are asked, that are necessary, is nothing but the nature of the self. I should have them in relative degree, thereby I can have in absolute sense. I can own it up as myself. Therefore, the natural expression of the wisdom, call it Lakshanani, becomes sadhanani, something to be cultivated. Now, before going further, if there are relative degree of all these qualities, in our known jargon, since you have been studying Vedanta and with Puja Swamiji, if one has sadhan chatushtaya sampattihi, I hope you all of you know Vivek, Vairagya, Shamadhamadi, Mumukshutva. 70-80% of life is stress-free. If one has absolute stress freedom is with the knowledge, but relative freedom is. The Vairagya gives freedom. The another meaning or translation of Vairagya is freedom, inner freedom. That very beautiful sentence, very loaded, which Swamiji always says. I know very few people I have come across could understand. He says, to the extent you give freedom to others to be what they are, to that extent you are free. You might have heard. Giving freedom to others means what? Having my agenda about them. I have an agenda, like corporate agenda, the minutes of the meeting, they have agenda 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When they fight, there is agenda. You didn't do that, you should have been doing that. Why didn't you do this? Agenda coming out. When you have agenda, That means either raga or dvesha. When I don't give a freedom to other person, that means I want to impose my vision. I am bound to be unhappy. To the extent I give freedom to other person to be what he or she is means, I have no agenda. That means no likes and dislikes. I am free. That's what it is. So, this vairagya itself gives relative freedom. Shamadhamadi is also freedom. Mano nigraha. Not nigraha. Effortless withdrawal. Dhamma indriya nigraha is also freedom. All it is, in fact, Shamadhamadi is nothing but, and this is my jargon, solidification of vairagya. Or the finer tuning of vairagya. Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana, all. There is relative freedom. How do we get absolute freedom? Let us look at the question. Then the answer gives the answer. Stitha Pragnasya ka bhasha. What is the description of a wise man? How does he speak? Kim prabhashe? How does he sit? What do you mean by how does he sit? He must have been yoga freak or what? Different asanas sitting. How does he move around? Does he always do padiyatra? Vinoba Bhave travels? Or flies or car or what? That's not a question. See, the questioner, I told you, wants to know the who is a wise man. In one word, how does the wise man conduct himself or herself? What is his bhasha? First line is, what is the description? How can we describe a wise man? How does he speak means what? How does he respond to the world outside, to the life situations? Sittidihi kim asita. Not physical sitting. Where is he abiding? Kim vrajeta. How does he go about conducting himself or herself? When you meet with a situation, or people, or whatever it is, how you respond. And what are his initiative or his or her? You please, take it when I say his mean her also. Any wise man. How does a wise man go about conducting himself? That's all he wants to know. The very first question is replied in the first verse. All of you know, Prajahati Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Prajahati Yada Kaman, Sarvan Partha, Manogatan, Atmanyevatmana Tushtaha, Stitha Pragnya, Tada Uchyate. That is one. What is a description? Though the order of the shloka is Prajahati Yada Kama, but the prose order is reverse. It is not that Yada Sarvan Kaman Prajahati Tada Stitha Pragnya. No. In a way, yes, but start with second line. Atmani eva atmana tushtaha tasmat sarvan kaman prajahati sahastita. Okay, this is the meaning. Atmani atmana tushtaha. Atmani means what? Satisfied in himself by himself. You cannot be the subject, and who is satisfied? He. So subject is he, object is he, and means is also. He is satisfied in himself by himself. That's not a meaning. Answer is Atmana means buddhya, gnane. Because of knowledge, he is satisfied in himself. That in himself is a figurative use. Okay? Why figurative? Because our satisfaction lies in something else. With reference to our usual satisfaction, it is said he is satisfied in himself. In other words, the sense of satisfaction is not dependent upon the world outside. Who is Jiva and who is wise man? Jiva is the one who thinks I am Dukhi. Correct? Who is a Jiva? The one who thinks I am not Dukhi, Param Dukhi. Simple Dukhi is not Jiva. Jiva, when he goes to temple, he says, oh Lord, you have been kind to that fellow, you have been kind to that fellow, but not me. Param Dukhi Amas. That is Jiva. That means this. You know what is Ahankara? Sense of dissatisfaction with myself. I am not at home with myself. There is a feeling I am not okay. The feeling I am limited. Feeling that I am small. And therefore feeling that I am useless. That is called self-realization. He thinks I am useless, Suddenly at the age of 40, when this man, 40, 45, suddenly she has been telling the day we got married. She is right. That is our I don't know, in North India, in Gujarat, I have seen ladies, they keep telling the husband, "Tamne ki samjhan padegi." You don't talk anything. You can't understand anything. She is very smart, marriages and all that. The poor fellow has a big heart to give. And then somebody is married, anyway, invitation comes, he says, how much we should give? 200 rupees? You don't understand anything. When our daughter got married 7 years ago, the 4 came and gave 51. આપણી છોકરીના લગ્નમાં 51 દીધા, 4 જણા ખાઈ ગયા. આપણે તો 2 જ જવાના, 25, 25 જણા. And she will give a compliment. You don't understand anything. He may be CEO in the office. One young girl one day complained, Daddy, I'm fed up with mom, she's useless. He didn't say, he didn't approve, but he didn't vocalize the feeling. तेरी माँ निकम्मी है. क्या हुआ? What happened? क्या बोलूं डैडी? पूछती दिमाग चाट जाती. She is away. क्यों क्या हुआ? कहाँ गई? Where had you been? With whom had you been? What did you do? Keeps asking. Even if I just go out of the door to get something from my car or scooter, she questions, where had you been? I come badi ho. When can I grow that much? But I have not to ask her. मैं इतनी बड़ी कब हो जाऊंगी मुझे पूछना नहीं पड़ेगा. डैडी बोले उतना बड़ा तो मैं भी नहीं हूँ. Anyway, this Jiva sometimes realizes that I am useless. That is asantushti. The self-dissatisfaction is jivatva. Coming back to the topic. Because there will be always dissatisfaction if self-identity is centered on physio-psycho complex. If I-ness is in body, it is limited. If I-ness is in mind or buddhi, whatever, upadhi, then it is always limited, always incomplete. And since because of that identification, that fellow will always feel incomplete. Atmani eva atmana tushtaha. That means the I is placed in Sakshi Cheta Kevalo Nirgunascha. I am that illuminating consciousness who is Sad Brahma. That being the discovery or wisdom is satisfied. And therefore, Sarvan Kaman Prajahati. This is relationship is ulta. Not that he gives up desires and therefore becomes satisfied. Since Atmaneva Atmana Tushta, he knows that I am Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. Whatever limitations are there, they are upadikam. This is Vyavaharikam, nothing to do with me. Aham Jagat Karanam Brahma. I am the cause of the whole universe. Like that wave telling. People not studying Vedanta will think Vedantins are very arrogant. Wave can say, I am the ocean. I am the cause of all these big breakers and sulfur, whatever it is. What I? H2O. If the wave knows, I am that water which is the substratum of all the waves. So-called wave or breaker or surf is nothing but name and form. Vacharambhanam vikaro nam. Nothing but name. It is ultimately all water. That is me. So in spite of that limitations of this size and form, I am limitless. That is the wisdom. Atman neva atmana tushtaha. Therefore, sarvan kaman prajahati. Again, translation problem. He gives up all desires. That means when you are free from all desires, who is a wise man? Who is free from every kinds of desires. That's a wise. Give up desires. Who says teacher? He has a desire that you give up desire. If there was a state of no desire after knowledge, that means Veda Vyasa was not knowledgeable. Vyasji had a desire to write Puranas. Vyasji had a desire to write Bhagavatam. Vyasji had a desire to write Mahabharata. Vyasji had a desire to write Brahma Sutras. So he wrote Brahma Gnanam without being Brahma Gnanam. Because there was desire. Shankaracharya ji also was not Gnanam. Because he had a desire to travel and do dialogues. How is it possible? At least any guru should have at least one desire to teach. Shishya kam shishyaste ham sadhimam tvam prapannam. But suppose I don't have a desire, why should I teach? Chandraji invited, please Swamiji come tomorrow. Bimal contacted him and said he is invited. If I had no desire, why should I come? If I had a desire to come, and if I have desire, I am not a Gnani. So Agnani is teaching Agnani. Every guru should be Agnani. Because every guru has a desire. That's not a translation. Understand? There are two types of kamas. Binding desire, non-binding desire. Kamas centered on ahankara, and if I use Puja Swamiji's word, kamas born out of ego and kamas born out of enlightened ego. You might have heard this from Puja Swamiji. In other words, badhita ahankara. Or, if I can use this technical jargon, there are paramarthika kamaha, they are vyavaharik kama. What are those paramarthik kamas or kamas on ego? A desire fulfilling which I feel fulfilled is binding desire. The I sense is affected. That is real karma. And there are so many desires where ego is not affected. You have a desire. And I has nothing to do with it. Like your baby telling, come on, daddy, play with me. This big game of business. Vyapar business, you have 1,000 rupee note and 10,000 rupee note. And in India back we have houses, Borivalli, Khalivalli, Chopati, then the fellow goes to jail, etc., etc. And he throws the dice and goes to jail. And say, hey, daddy, you have gone to jail. Some of the daddies really become happy. They are called politicians in India. Going to jail is a big status now. By the way, now I heard a news. Swiss Bank is trying to get a license to open an ATM account in Tihar jail for their valued customers to come. Modi is going to send those valued customers having Swiss accounts to Tihar jail. And you bought a house and you lost nothing. That desire of a grandpa to play with a grandchild is not a binding desire. But the desire on the part of the child to play with grandpa is binding because any which way he has to win. Galat karke bhi jeetna hai. Well, then I feel satisfied. If he loses, he's lost the mood. And he is happy in winning, unhappy in losing. Feels complete in winning, feels insufficient in losing. And grandpa feels complete in losing. And feels complete in winning also. Doesn't touch it. That is a karma. What is binding desire? Which are centered on I fulfillment, ego fulfillment. And when I say enlightened ego means what? That is I sense. But I is nothing, is just only for Vyavahara. Okay, I will play with you. The grandpa said. The I sense is full, so the desires born out of fullness. Desires born out of knowledge, that is not karma. Desires born out of ignorance is called as karma. That's what Shankaracharya ji had so many desires. Even Pujya Swamiji has desire. Let us have aim for seva. It is born out of fullness. What is fullness? Atma. What is Atma? Purna. Ananda. What is expression of Ananda? You might have heard compassion. That compassion expresses as desire. It has nothing to gain, no in English, no axe to grind, just to give. So every wise Mahatma may have desire. What's wrong in it? When they have no axe to grind. This is the description. Freedom from desire. That doesn't mean no desire, understand? No binding desire. No desire for self-fulfillment. Or the desire either out of compassion or to conduct Vyavahara. At least he will have hunger. He will say, Amma, sapta, he will ask something. Some hunger he will ask. Or at least cup of coffee if it's an American Swami. Coffee, can I have a cup of coffee, American? Something, as long as prarabdha is there, you have to protect this body. You have to survive in this Vyavahara. And some Vyavaharic Maryada, Samaj Maryada will be there. So you have to adhere to. And to fulfill that, you have to do something. That will be there. But not for ego aggrandizing. Now, the second answer is more, I can connect more to Stitha Pragnya and stress relief. The second is better. Of course, this I can connect, but this is easy for you should be to understand, or rather easy for me to explain. Okay, let's put it that way. He says, Sthitadihi kim prabhasheta, how does a wise man talk? In other words, when met with a situation, how does a wise man respond? Kim prabhasheta. What is his language? What is the second verse of this section? Not the second per se, it is the 56th verse. He says, Dukheshvanudvigna manaha Sukheshu Vigataspraha Vitaraga Bhayakrodaha Sthitadihi Munihi Uchyate. Muni is called Stitha Pragnya. Two meanings. Manana Shilavan Munihi. One who is always manana, is contemplative. And Maunavan Munihi. So this is the answer to the question, how does he speak? What is his bhasha? Sthitadihi kim prabhasha. How does he speak? Keeps mouth. So in India, many people say, great Mahatma, wise, Brahmagnani. Why? Yeah, how do you know? For the last 10 years, keeping mauna. Great Mahatma, because he or she keeps mauna. Sometimes people keep mauna. Sometimes they are forced to keep mauna. Like they say, every husband is like a split AC. However noise he make outside, it has to remain cool and quiet inside. That is mauna. He keeps enjoy. Okay, I want you to relax. Don't be judgmental. Okay, either you understand. I am a very relaxed person. I do conduct a lot of programs for youth and teenagers. I befriend them, I love them. So they keep sending me all this WhatsApp. It helps me sometimes. Especially Vedanta class. Because Vedanta class takes one to Samadhi very quickly. In between this masala keeps that thing alive. Anyway, coming to this, Mauni is a bhasha. What kind of quietude? What does he say? How? What is it? You see, he doesn't speak. The ignorance fellow speaks. The ignorant doesn't speak, he blabbers. What is a blabbering? Not literal. This is the first line. Dukheshu anudvigna mana. Sukheshu vigataspa. There is no udvega in dukkha, and there is no spruha in sukha. Why? Because Stitha Pragnya. How? See, two things we should know from this verse tells clearly. See, in Shastra, some nisheda is done. Shastra says don't. That means there is a possibility of doing. Then why should you do nisheda? In Bombay, some of you must be from Bombay. In Bombay, in those Chembur roads or in Palla and all that, they don't have to put a board, speed limit 100 kilometers. Possibility. I don't understand why Bombay people buy certain cars. In Bombay, why Bombay? Even in Rajkot of late, you can't drive if sometimes there is a gear, in India it's not like your auto suspension. In the third gear, if you can drive, you feel, I drove the car, because it is always in second. The fourth gear or the fifth one is never used. Why they keep such cars, I don't know. This is called status. If not required, still I keep. To tell others that I have. Whether I need or not is a separate thing. Anyway. Possibility is there, then there is nisheda. And when there is no possibility, then there is a compulsion. So, child you have to tell, study well, do. To staff, lower management staff, you may have to tell that you should work sincerely. But if chairman or CEO is to be told, MD is to be told, that is Indian government only. Nothing else. Officer, the head should not be told. The managing director knows that I should work hard. There is no possibility of him not working hard. So, these two. Sorry, I put it on silent. That there is a possibility, then only nisheda. So when the Shastra says, Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha, Stitha Pragnya Purush has no udvega in dukkha, that means he also has dukkha. Correct? Sukheshu vigata spruha. There is no spruha in sukham, that means he or she also has sukha. Oh, Swamiji, a wise man have sukha dukkha. What is the difference? Like a typical people telling me, they keep come and tell me, Swamiji, you say I have to go, I have some matters to attend. Oh, Swamiji, you are like us. You have to take care of our grihasthi and you have to run for ashram. You are also samsari. You are a big samsari. You are a small samsari. What's the difference? They say, not understanding what is here inside me, he thinks it is same. Sukha dukkha from the samsara point of view. Pleasant and unpleasant situation will be there. And I can go one step further. Understand? Body is a upadhi. It is shadvikara. Body will have some pain, some disease. Like few years ago, somebody asked Puja Swamiji, so seriously, such and such a Mahatma got heart attack. Swamiji, so what? How come Mahatma, he is a Brahmagnani, he certifies. He is a Brahmagnani. And then he says, if he is a Brahmagnani, how come he got a heart attack? Swamiji says, because he has a heart. And I feel like adding, because he is a devotee like you. He himself certifies, he is a Brahmagnani. Then how he get heart attack? Then you don't know what is Brahmagnani. If you have, as Puja Swamiji would say, do you have a head? Yes, there may not be something, there is a doubt what else you have, but you will get headache. Do you have a nose? Yes. Some people have a little extra ego. They have, in America you have this add-on nails, add-on. They call it add-on, what they call it? Add-on nails. Especially this airport and all that, add-on nails. Some people have add-on nose. Ego add-on, Nose is God's creation, but ego add-on. Body will have its distance. Body will feel Shita Ushna. Believe that. It will have its own pains. Similarly, just as body feels, that is Sita and Ushna, mind will also feel Sukha and Dukkha. Let it feel. What is the difference? Wise man knows. First, this so-called Sukha, Dukkha, etc. are vrittis. These are the states of the mind. Subjective perception of the mind. And who are you? I am Sakshi. I am witness to these vrittis. Ultimately, in the Vyavahara, I have to deal with this situation. It is pleasant situation, fine, comforting, less problems. Unpleasant, I have to deal. But he knows I am, the 13th chapter, Sakshi Cheta Nirguno Kevalasya. I am the witness. Exactly like actors on the stage. There is Dukkha, there is Sukham, as per the role. Similarly, there is Dukkha Sukha as per the Prarabdha. Sharirik and Mansik, both. He knows I am the witness. That means there is a space between I and the mind. And stress-free is, stress belongs to mind, not to me. Stress. In fact, there will not be stress to such mind also. When you identify with the mind, mind has a capacity to create more stress. When you stand apart, it doesn't have freedom. Because of the wisdom, that guna guneshu vartante iti matva na sajjate. The 3rd chapter you might have studied. Freedom he enjoys, therefore Sukha Dukkha doesn't affect him as though there will be Sukha Dukkha and Upadhi. Actor has a space between the role I and the real I. He may cry on the dais. Yesterday, that yaksha was really great. The first yaksha and the second yaksha, Nambiar also. You might have noticed the first yaksha really brought about tears in the viraha of Yakshi. Did you note that? Yes. He was in tears. And second yaksha, even Yakshi also had tears. Even though she had covered. But while having had the tears, and I acknowledged, there was a smile. Thank you, Swamiji. I told that there is a space. Therefore you say, thank you. If somebody is really crying, and I say your tears, you will not say, thank you, Swamiji. Please say thank you. No. This one fellow, he tells to his friend, यार मेरी बीवी मर गई, मुझे रोना नहीं आता है. रोना तो पड़ेगा सबके. I have to cry. She's crying. Everybody will think otherwise. बोले ऐसा सोच के वापस आ रही है, रोना आ जाएगा. You start thinking that she is coming back. You start crying. He says, when this fellow died, and everybody, the women were consoling her, Atma Sadgati jayega, वगैरह वगैरह, स्वर्ग में जाएगा, typical. But others said, the women don't go to cremation. सब गए थे. तो बोले हाँ विधि पति के बाद जाएगा ऐसा. उतने में suddenly there was a thunderstorm, lightning and windstorm and etc. She said पहुंच गया. उधर भी शांति नहीं रहेगा. उधर. Now I am sure he has reached. I know him. actor has a space inside. Even laughter or tear.